Hey everyone, doing some my 1, 2, 3 cents Q&A. It's been a while since I've answered some of your questions, and these are just my opinions. Different readers and subscribers submit them via Facebook or Twitter at my 1, 2, 3 cents on Twitter, or you can find me on Twitter at Kevin Huntsperger, or of course my 1, 2, 3 cents at Facebook, which is facebook.com/my 1, 2, 3 cents. And I got a lot of questions, and I'm going to actually answer all of them, but this video I'm going to just tackle a couple and then do a couple more in a future video. But JD, who has been a follower, I think, since pretty much day one, a viewer here in Southern Illinois who has moved on, but I appreciate his support through the years, asks about my thoughts on an X Pac return at the Royal Rumble. X Pac cost CM Punk the Rumble match, eliminates him somehow, and then goes on to face Punk at the Elimination Chamber, and then Punk gets Triple H at WrestleMania. And this is an interesting concept because I had not considered X Pac's return. I don't know if that's in the works. I don't read typically the rumor pages or the dirt sheets or any of the other websites that have spoilers, because I do still like to be surprised from time to time. I mean, that's kind of hard to do this day and age with the internet, but you know, I complain, and I always say that wrestling fans are hypocritical, and I'm probably one of the biggest hypocrites out there, because I do enjoy the legends coming back, the Hall of Famers coming back, and I believe there's a time and a place for it, but at the same time, it's a very delicate balancing act that they're not overshadowing the current talent, the guys on the roster who are kind of, you know, playing second fiddle, especially leading up to WrestleMania, because we see that happen a lot. So the short answer is I wouldn't be upset, I wouldn't be disappointed if X Pac came back, put Punk over at Elimination Chamber, and then if we do the Triple H CM Punk match, which I've heard that as a rumor, I've heard all kinds of rumors when it comes to WrestleMania. I don't typically react to those until we know what's happening, but this is a scenario, this is a question that's been asked of me, so I could see these things happening. Do I want them to happen? You know, I wouldn't mind it. I think that if Triple H does what's best for business, and that's put CM Punk over, then I don't have a problem with this. And I don't have a problem with Triple H still being a part of WrestleMania as much as I do some of these other guys who come back for one shot and then they're gone again. Triple H at least has been committed to the company for years and years and years as a performer and now behind the scenes. And his character irritates me, but I think Triple H, the man, the businessman, the COO of WWE, is legitimately concerned with the product and what is best for business. So that being said, I wouldn't be opposed to a Punk Triple H match at WrestleMania. Another question from JD. Jason is his real name, but he asks my thoughts on a WrestleMania match with Roddy Piper and Randy Orton with Cowboy Bob Orton in their corner against Hulk Hogan and John Cena with Superfly Snuka in their corner. Kind of a recreation of sorts of the original WrestleMania main event, where it was, of course, Hogan and Mr. T against Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And those two cornermen of Snuka and Orton, of course. I suspect, and I'll do a future video down the road on Royal Rumble predictions later this week because the Rumble's coming up, I suspect that Orton is going to go into WrestleMania as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. John Cena needs something to do. I don't know if I'd put him in a match like this. I have, again, seen the rumors of Hogan coming back and doing a tag team match with John Cena. Quite honestly, if I were picking John Cena's opponent, I would do The Undertaker. It's a match that hasn't been done. It's probably the only legitimate threat to the Taker's streak, in my opinion, because they simply haven't built anyone else up to that stature. So I'd put Cena in that position. Hogan and Piper, I know they want to have a match, or Piper has tweeted and talked about having a match. And I'm not opposed to the idea of recreating that WrestleMania main event. I just don't know that I would use Cena and Orton to accomplish that, especially if either one of them is still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion by the time WrestleMania rolls around. And again, you never know what's going to happen with Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumble before that. But again, I mentioned it earlier, the hypocritical part of me, I don't mind the Legends, especially with WrestleMania 30 being the anniversary show of sorts, and that, you know, it's being built up and hyped, and hopefully they do a better job with it than they did with WrestleMania 25. One idea that I did have, though, is a 30 legend slash Hall of Famer WrestleMania legend battle royal. So you bring back 30 superstars who aren't on the active roster, who aren't these part-timers like Lesnar or The Undertaker or The Rock, and legitimate guys who, from WrestleMania 1 all the way up to the mid to late 90s, so they're all kind of that legendary status, and doing a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal, winner take all, and then make that maybe your throwback match, your legends match. And still, you can have Triple H and CM Punk if you want to, or whatever. But that's kind of my idea, my vision, and I'm actually going to write a blog up once we get closer to WrestleMania with the participants that I would put in that match. So I've rambled too long. Thanks if you stuck around and watched this whole video. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll check you out again here in the very near future.